Hello students, today we're going to go over another special sound chart, chart number 12. We're going to look at all the examples, we're going to spell them, the special sounds, we're going to pronounce the special sounds, and we're going to look at some examples for each individual special sound. So this is chart number 12. We're going to start with our first one, which is and asleep. Now this is a prefix. We've looked at suffixes. The suffixes come at the end of a word, but a prefix comes at the beginning of a root word. So here we have our root word, sleep, and then when you add our prefix asleep. I enjoy to sleep. I fell fast asleep. So this A says in asleep, and it is a prefix. You add it to a root word to make a new word. Alone, arose, awake, around, alike, away. So all of these A's have been added in the beginning to a root word to make a new word. And this says in asleep. The A says like a short U. Then we have AL, which says all, and this is a prefix as well. It comes at the beginning of a word. Also, AL says all in also. Also, already, always, although, almost, all together. AL says all in also. Then we have be in because. BE says be in because. BE says be in because, and it too is a prefix. Became, behind, behold, beside, belong, below. BE says be in because, and it is a prefix. Then we have N in enjoy. EN says N in enjoy, and is a prefix as well. Enclose, enlarge, engrave, enable, enforce, enlist. All of these have the prefix N. It's added to the root word to make a new word, and we add it in the beginning of a word. So EN says N in enjoy. Then we have the prefix un in unbutton. UN says in unbutton. Uneven, unlock, unhook, unless, unhappy, unkind. So all of these are added to the beginning of your root word to make a new word, and the UN says and unbutton. Then we have the and wrinkle. Now with this special sound, you don't hear the W. You just hear and wrinkle. The W is silent here. You don't hear it at all. So WR says and wrinkle, and wrist, wrong, right, wrench, wrath, and wrecker. WR says and wrinkle. The W is silent. Then we have the ood and could. The ood and could. It sounds like the in book with a D sound. Ood. OULD says ood and could. And we have would and should. OULD says ood and could. Then we have the air and hair. AIR says air and hair. And we have stairs, airplane, chair, repair, fair, airmail. So the AIR says air in hair. Then we have the and push. And push. It's just the U, but it says and So we have put, bushes, full, pulley, and bushel. The U says in push. Then we have uff. Uff. It sounds like a short U and an F. Uff in enough, but it's O-U-G-H. O-U-G-H says uff in enough. Enough. We have rough, roughly, tough, toughest. O-U-G-H says uff in enough. Then we have in country. It's just a short U sound. In country. O-U says in country. And we have young, nervous, trouble, couple, cousin, touch. Okay, so the O-U says in country. The O-U also says ow in out, and it says in country. Then we have the air and carry. A-R-R says air and carry, like the air and hair, the A-I-R. This also says air, and carry, but it's A-R-R. A-R-R says air and carry. And we have Mary, carrot, carry, arrow, parrot, and sparrow. So the A-R-R in all of these words say air, and carry. And our last one is the ire in fire. I-R-E says ire and fire. Now this one follows our two-vowel rule. The long I and the silent E when you see two vowels in a word. But the reason we remember it as a special sound is because we also have the in bird. So that you don't get confused, we're going to memorize these three letters separate from the in bird. That way you don't read this as fur, but you read it as fire, a long I and a silent E. So even though it follows our two-vowel rule, we still consider it a special sound so it doesn't confuse you with the in bird. So we have entire, require, wire, retire, desire, and inquire. Okay, so all of these, the I-R-E is ire, not the in bird, but the ire in fire. A long I and a silent E. I-R-E says ire in fire. Now we're going to look at the board at some examples. These ones, we're going to look at these four together here because if you notice, they all have an O-U. O-U, 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 and O-U. But all four of these words make different sounds, okay? So here we have pout. This is the ow and out, okay? So we have p, ow and out, and t, pout. Here we have the and thick and the ought and thought, okay? So even though you have the O-U here, it doesn't say ow. Because you have the G-H-T with the O-U, it says ought. Now, without the T, so here it has a T, here, there is no T. This says uff. So ow, ought, without the T, and this one is the in country that we just looked at. The in country. So out, pout. This one is the in country. In little, couple. This one is the ought in thought. With the T, it says ought. Without the T, it says uff, uff, uff. T, uff, est, toughest. Okay? So pout, couple, thought, toughest. Okay? So even though you have the OU in all of these special sounds, they all make different sounds. They're different. All right? So let's go to this next one. We have sp in spade. We have the air in carry. And we have the O in bowl. We have sp, arrow, sparrow. Here we have the in push. We have the E in key. Pulley, pulley. Here we have the N in enjoy, and we also have the N in sharpen. So this is a prefix. It comes at the beginning of a root word. Here is your root word. We added this to the root word in the beginning, a prefix N, and you also have a suffix that's N. Enlarge, sharp, N. The suffixes come at the end of a root word. So we have N, we have the R in star, and we have the J in giant. So N, L, R, J. The E is silent. Enlarge. Here we have the sh in ship, the R in star, and here's a P sound. Sharp. This is our root word. Sharp, N. The pencil is not sharp. I need to sharpen the pencil. Here we have the B in because, and then we have a long vowel and a short vowel. This is our root word. This is a prefix. When you have one vowel in a word, A, E, I, O, and U, they usually make the short sounds. A, I, A. When you have two vowels in a word, A, E, I, O, and U, the first vowel is long and our second vowel is silent. So here, since this is our root word, this is a prefix. We added it to our root word. Here you have the I and the E. The I is long and the E is silent because you have the two vowels. And then here we have a compound word, air and plane, and we put them together to make a new word. So air is actually a special sound all on its own, and then plane, we have pl in plane, and then once again we have our two vowels, the long A and the silent E. Two vowels here, and these are brought together. So here are a few examples. These ones we've learned in previous videos, and these ones show you how even when you have the OUs, when you see the other letters with them, they make different sounds. So all four of these are different even though they may look like they might make a similar sound. Okay? So here are some examples of our special sounds that we've been learning, and we've been taking them and putting them together and taking them apart and seeing short vowels and long vowels and special sounds. So this is a review and a complete overlook of chart number 12 and our special sounds. Very good, students. That'll be all. Bye.